operation.
Well, it's been a year since Phoenix had to clear out its largest homeless encampment, known as the Zone. It was just blocks away from the state capitol and deemed to be a nuisance for the city. But just because the encampment closed down doesn't mean homelessness ended in Phoenix. In fact, this week, the I-Team took us out on the canal near 23rd Avenue and Indian School, where a volunteer group goes out 5 days a week to feed people sleeping on the streets. They say they serve around 80 to 100 people a night at that location, and the reality is eye-opening.
There's prostitution, there's crime, there's overdoses, there's drug sales. Obviously, you look around, under the sign, on the other side at that sign, and to us it's just like ground zero.
The I-Team's Erica Stapleton joins us now for the backstory. Erica, obviously you were there that night. What did you see and what did you make of what you saw?
I mean, overall it's sad. It's really hard to watch people using drugs. It's really hard to see people staying out in those conditions, whether it's by choice or by circumstance. And something interesting, the guy we went out with, Eric Sanchez, he leads that group of volunteers. He live streams everything. His, might be controversial because not everyone wants to be filmed, of course,
right.
But he says that drawing attention to these issues has actually brought him more volunteers and more donations because they run everything on donations. So he's continuing to do it.
A lot of people were concerned that when the Zone closed, people would just move out to other parts of the city. Is that true?
Well, we asked the city that specifically, and they didn't really answer it exactly. They said, homelessness has been increasing over the years, and of course, people are going to see more of that. But the I-Team actually analyzed data from before the encampment closed to after November 2023, and found that calls for encampments actually went up in the city of Phoenix in those few months after. We weren't able to get data beyond March of 2024. So
wow.
We'll have to see what's going on there. But I will say too that the city of Phoenix has been working really hard to try and add in shelter space. And when they did clear out the zone, I was told that 82% of the people that were staying in that area took shelter spaces or services when they did make that clearing out effort. So yes, some people moved.
Right.
Yes, some people got help. And yes, there's definitely a need.
Yeah. And at least, they took advantage of those services that were always there. What do you have coming up at 6?
Well, one of the other ways the city is trying to tackle this big issue is they have a structured campground. It's called the Safe Outdoor Space. And we are the first media to go inside. It's been operational for about a year now, starting November 1st. So just about a year. So we will have a full tour of that coming up tonight on 12 News at 6.
All right, looking forward to it. Erica, thank you. Troy?